All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double on his three apostles now, there's a great millstone, and Shalom to the elected the nation of Israel. This video is going to be entitled Affliction is going to, or I don't know what I'm going to entitle it, man, but hopefully I entitle it something along the lines of affliction is going to be the only way to make some of these people be humble, man. All right? Because every single Israelite out there, man, right? The men especially, right? The men that believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, especially, man, they're tired of people's arrogance, man, right? And these people, it's not like these people are arrogant or bold because they believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and they believe that their prayers are heard by the Lord, man. These people in these people in Salakia. These people in the world are arrogant because they think that their worldly achievements have make them better than everyone else, man. Right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no Salakia, man. Let me get some water, man. Salakia. And I'll read it again in a second. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1 again. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And all of these people that try and live that YOLO lifestyle, man, there always comes a point in their life where they're miserable and the things that they was boasting in are no longer there, man. People that have boasted in money, there comes a time where that money that they made has ran out a lot of the time, man. Or they've lost it in general. Or they've lost it, or the money's destroyed them that they had. And then they start saying, oh, all you people that want to have all this money in order, that having money doesn't make you happy. It just only handles certain situations, right? So there'll be those kind of people. Then you have the people that boast in their might, so it might be a tough guy, right? A man that's strong in the body, and he thinks in his mind, oh, because I'm strong, I can just go around and punch everyone up. But then, or I can go around and do whatever I want because I'm intimidating. But then that runs out too, man, because there comes a time where the man's body is broken. His joints might not work the way they used to work. His knees give out. Salakia, his knees give out. Right? He's just not as strong as he used to be. Right? And then there's the people that think that they're wise, but the wisdom of the world changes, man. So one point in time where a person thought they were smart and understood the world, well, and when the next generation comes, the way that they used to live normally runs out, man, and they are not able to keep up with the former times. And with how Esau is getting ready to give everyone charagmas in their head, right, and in their hand, and with how they've got all this artificial intelligence and all of these things, that's going to happen to the majority to everyone. That's what they're saying, right? To everyone that's not prepared to take it, because they're pretty much saying that humans are going to become inferior, right? Humans and the natural standard of human intelligence is going to be so weakened because of the technology that they're going to give to people, man. So for all these people that are arrogant and proud now, they're going to find out now, actually, your things that you think of that you've got ain't worth as much as you think they are, man. But heavy affliction is going to be the only way to really humble all of these people, because some of you women out there that are beautiful women, right? That we can't even deny that women are that these women will be beautiful. We'd be a damn liar if we say that, right? But Esau is trying to perfect technology so much that all you women that try and make money from your attractiveness online, well, some nerd somewhere is typing in the right prompt words, right? And he's making an AI model that looks exactly like what you wish you looked like, right? He's erasing all the blemishes that you're trying to erase with makeup and with filters, but he's turning it into an AI. and people are not able to know the difference, so they're believing in that. So even boasting in your attractiveness is a thing that's soon going to be made redundant, man, because through filters and on the internet, anyone can make themselves look attractive on the internet, right? Now, whether they can look like that in real life is a whole other story, but through filters that they put on all of these Instagrams and all of these things and all of these apps, right? And all these little phone changes where these phones can change a person's appearance, anyone can look attractive. And Esau's perfecting his wickedness and his witchcraft so heavy that he wants to be able to make anything that anyone's got a problem with himself with physically too. He can alter that through surgeries, man, cosmetic surgery, right? So all you women that boast in your beauty, all you women that don't like your eyebrows, so you dye them darker, you color in your eyebrows and all of that, right? Oh, you don't like your nose, so you chop some of your nose bone off, right? You don't like your stomach and you don't like your ass, so you say, aha, you know what, ping, I've got a good idea. Let me take my stomach and pull it in my ass. You know what I mean? What's next, man? What's next? Someone thinks their ass is too big, but they think they ain't got big enough calves. So they're gonna take their ass and pull it in their calf muscles. That probably has happened already. Because this world's mad. Right? You got men that want to have big arms, injecting fluid into their arms and all kind of madness. You got men that want to have abs and don't say, you know what? Let me go on a calorie deficit for like 2 to 3 months to get my stomach down. They'll say, nah, to hell with that. I'm gonna get some ab implants put in. You have a man that's short that will say, you know what? I don't want to be 5. I don't want to be what's a height that's short? I don't want to be average height, let's say. I don't want to be the average height for whatever my city is, right? I want to be 5. I want to be 6'3". So he gets his legs broken, right? He gets his legs broken, gets metal implants slapped in his legs, and has the femur bone and the tibia and the fibula, right, stretched away from each other, and have this device put in his leg to keep them away from each other, so that when the bone grows back, it grows around the knee joint now. I've broke my leg and separated the muscle parts away from each other, so that when it grows back, I'm 3 to 4 inches taller now. And that's considered enlightenment in this world, man. And people are down with that, as long as it gets the required result of, oh, women think he's tall now. But how long would that last if everyone started doing that? 6'3" wouldn't be tall no more. That would be the average height. So then all that would happen if you had a society like that for long enough. Women would start saying, man, the man's got to be 7 foot tall, 7 figures, and you know the rest. You know what I mean? That's all that would happen then. Or the man's got to be 8 foot tall. I don't deal with no man unless he's 8 foot. Affliction is the only way how these people are gonna be humbled, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1 again. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And these people have not, a lot of these people ain't experiencing those times yet, because they're living it up. And Esau, due to all of the madness that I just mentioned, he's trying to gradually he's trying to shorten those times where people say, oh, I have no enjoyment in these times no more. Esau's trying to make people be able to have continual enjoyment, man. He's trying to stop people from aging. He's trying to make women think that they're always just a boss, queen. He's trying to make women think that they're attractive all the years of their life, when nobody's attractive all the years of their life. When you read about King David, he wasn't attractive and handsome all the days of his life, right? He wasn't attractive all the days of his life. He started getting old at one point, man. Right? And they sent him a young maid to test and see what he was about, and he didn't have it no more, man. So if King David, who Yahweh said is a man after his own heart, went through that, then why shouldn't you women on the earth that don't even really believe in the Lord have to go through that? And why should you men that don't really believe in the Lord have to not go through that as well? Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders ceased, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, when all hell starts breaking loose, man. And the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, when there's hardly any work for anyone, right? And then we're gonna see who's broke, man. All you women, man, in particular, man, that like to call people broke all the time, right? We're gonna see how it is when you realize that you're broke too. And in fact, when you realize that you was always broke, and it's gonna start slowly for you women. You women are gonna start having to not go to Ling Ling, to Ting Ting, and get your nails done. You're gonna have to do them yourself, and you're gonna be going over the edges, right? And where you normally would have cussed that Moabite woman out, now you're gonna have to curse yourself out, and you're gonna realize how hard it was to actually do them nails, man. You're gonna slip over the edge, get the nail varnish on your skin, and go like, oh man, this is hard to do. This is actually harder to do than I thought. Then it's gonna get to where when you go into the store, you're gonna have to be making life decisions based on condiments, man, or based on coffee. You're gonna have to start having to not buy that nice coffee beans, the coffee beans in the bag. You're gonna have to buy instant, and then it's gonna go from instant to the basic instant, man. And y'all gonna start realizing that y'all fruit. And that same stuff's gonna happen for men too, man. Because you people have lived proud, man. All the talking that you people have did. And the internet has exposed how deeply arrogant this world is, man. This world's arrogant, man. You'll have a man that's just got an average salary or whatever, right? That'll be talked to like he ain't nothing. Right? But then and then everyone else will be talking up like they're so rich. But they might only make about $5,000 more than that guy. Which allows them to do one or two things more in a week than he can do. But because they can look down on someone, they think they're better, but they ain't much more than 3 paychecks not going into their bank account to where they're be in the same position as him, man. And that's why when that lockdown came, all you people were shaking in y'all boots, man. Y'all weren't as arrogant then. All of a sudden, Aldi wasn't a store for bums. It was a good way to save money then, wasn't it? That's how y'all people was talking then. All of a sudden then, actually the Aldi brand tastes exactly the same as M&S and Waitrose. Well, you didn't realize that before, did you? Before you used to look at them as though those people were bums because they was going in there, man. But I saw the fear on you people's faces, man. That very first day when all of you people was running into the stores, man. I saw how bugged out you people are, man. And I didn't see no arrogance in you women's faces, man. I didn't see it there. Or at least it was definitely a lot lower than it is right now. Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 23 does say of Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. And let me say on this verse here about the judgment, man, because a lot of these people in this world, they don't believe that Yahweh, who made humans, has got the right to judge them, right? They don't believe that when someone dies and croaks it and kicks the bucket, that the Lord did that, right? They don't believe that when a storm happens somewhere and people start getting shaken to the ground, that was the Lord that did it, right? But then at the same time, these Christians and these bug outs will say, oh, when you die, you're going to burn in hell forever because you didn't say that you love Jesus. Yeah, that J word. Or because you never said that and had some Edomite dip you in some water and damn near drown you to death, right? Because you didn't go through that procedure. Now when you die, you're going to burn in hell forever. But then if you say to them, you know what, the Atlantic slave trade, God made that happen. The Most High Yahweh made that happen. They say, nah, that's not true. God don't do stuff like that. Oh, but he makes people burn in hell forever though, according to what you wicked ass Christians say, right? You people are lost, man. And affliction is going to be the only way to make you people start to begin to be humble, man. That's the only way where you people are going to even start to begin to start being humble, because as it stands right now, you heathens are proud, man. You Israelites are proud, right? These wicked Israelites, man. They're proud as hell, man. And then I really don't understand why these celebrity Jakes in particular have the nerve to look down on us, as if some of us didn't have similar talent in certain instances as some of them, but we wasn't prepared to bend the knee in certain situations, man. And then even if let's say you Jakes in the world, you celebrities have got more talent than us, okay, you've got more talent than us, right? But look at what you had to do to get the things that you've got. You still couldn't get this success just based off your talent alone. You still had to do some other stuff, didn't you? And then look at all these other celebrities that are coming through now that don't have the same amount of talent as what you had to have. They don't even need to use metaphors in their lyrics no more. They can say anything. They don't need to have no innuendo. They just say straight exactly what it is. This is what I do. This is what this song's about. You don't need to try and say, oh, I wonder if there was a dual meaning to those two words that he said there. No. This is exactly what it is. The eat booty hole or whatever dumb lyrics it's gonna be, man. Them sexy red and sucky honey lyrics. They don't no need for no candy shop or no switching up the words and all that. They'll just say exactly what it is. You know what I mean? So all you sellouts, mate, these new people that came through are even less talented than you were. So how about that? Was it worth it then? Matthew chapter 24 and verse 22, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days be shortened. So if it wasn't for the Lord shortening the days from now to the time of the arrival of Yahweh Shai, right, everyone would just die, right? They'd find a way to make everyone die, even themselves, man. There'd be no one to be saved. There'd be no Israelites, definitely no Israelites to be saved, man, if Esau got his way. But there wouldn't be nothing to be saved. So what does that mean? That in the let me go to it, man. Let's go to it, right? There's a scripture that fits perfectly with that point, right? 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Now that previous verse that I read in Matthew 24 and 22 said, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days be shortened. So Esau is the end of the world, meaning as well that if Esau was able to just continue ruling, man, it would end the world. Plus Esau is ruling at the end of the world right now. But when Esau falls, Jacob takes over, and that's the beginning of the new heavens and the new earth. But if we was to just leave Esau ruling, man, if everyone's just be like, okay, Esau's meant to rule, let's see what you want to do then. Okay, so you want to do this, you want to try and shoot the sun out of the sky. Okay, let's see what happens if we do that. Okay, let's see what happens if we shoot the moon out of the sky, shall we? Let's give that a gander, shall we? Let's see what happens. You never know. It might be for the best for humanity if we do that. Okay, you don't want to eat real cows, but you want to make your own cow formula, and we eat that instead because there's too much cow. People are eating too much cow. Okay, let's see what that does to our body, shall we? Like, just imagine if everyone on the earth would have listened to that thing that they pushed out from 2019 to 2022, which really they're still doing it now. What would that have did? If every single Israelite would have took that, what the hell would have happened, man? We don't even know what they would have unleashed, man. We don't even know what the hell they would have did. We don't. Let's just say everyone said, you know what? They're saying that there's no genders no more. So okay, let's just trust what Esau's saying, and maybe he'll stop if we just accept this thing that he's saying here. So let's just pretend, okay, everyone's everyone, everything's everything. No one's nothing different. Everyone's everything. We ain't Israelites. Nothing's different. Nothing's the matter. What would that cause? Everyone to die. That's what it would cause, man. There'd be no flesh left to be saved because Esau would still come up with something else. He still wouldn't be happy at that. He'd go further. And then when he gets everyone to accept that, he'd go further and more people would die off. Then he'd go further and more people would die because he's a plague. The man's sick in his head. He ain't right, man. He ain't right. He's bugged out, man. He's lost. He's lost. Like, it's simple as that, man. These people that are ruling the earth right now are wicked, man. And if they was able to continue ruling, it would mean death for everyone, man. And that's why when the Israelites are ruling, people are going to rejoice. But right now, everyone's mourning. All you women that you boast about how you boss queens and all of this stuff, but then how comes you're still complaining and miserable? All you men that think that you, just because you've got high-speed cars and all of this, mate, you're still miserable too. Even the men's lives that are coveted the most in this world, they're still miserable. Isn't that something? Even these celebrities, after enough times of them doing whatever they want to do with these supermodels and all that, like, even they're miserable, man. There ain't nobody on this earth really that's happy. Even the elites, they're through because one of their big top dogs, that Mr. Burns looking demon, he's croaked it too, man. So even they ain't happy. But they're like, well, we still want to rule though. So we'd rather we rule and everyone be miserable than you Israelites rule and then we're in captivity. And who can blame them for that? But they're still going to have to pay. They're still going to have to pay, man. Because this is a battle that's been going on for a long time and it's never going to end, man. This battle between Jacob and Esau isn't going to end until Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 18 gets fulfilled, man. Which is the extermination of every single Edomite. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 36. For of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So people are still going to be arrogant, man. If you're thinking that arrogance is going to stop soon, nah, people are still going to be proud, man. Women are still going to be more proud than they are now. The high value man thing is still going to get talked about, and these guys are going to still go on proud. You know, the average, so-called average man is going to be marginalized and called more of a bum, right? And the average to the less than average woman is still going to be elevated and made out like that's the like they're all just so hot and gorgeous, and that there just isn't, all the men are ugly as hell, but somehow all the women are tens. You know what I mean? Like, it's mad out here. Like, these women are so bugged out, right? That they're asking, how are they going to be happy in the kingdom of heaven? I don't perceive that I could be happy in the kingdom of heaven because men have got multiple wives. I just don't see how I'd be happy in a situation like that. Like, these women don't even, it's like they don't even, they think that their job is to monitor man's genitals. That's what it seems like to me. That they think that their role in the kingdom of heaven is gonna just be going through a man's phone. You know, it's mad, bro. It's mad, fam. Anyway, let me get this second chapter. Like, to say that you don't know how you could be happy in the kingdom of heaven shows that you don't really want the kingdom of heaven, if that's how you're thinking. Because a woman should know the kind of things that she doesn't want to do, that she can't do now in this world that's wicked. There should be something in this world right now. If a woman's actually righteous, there should be something in this world that she desires to do according to the Lord, right? But is being hindered from doing it because we're not in the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, right? So if they're saying that I don't see how I could be happy in that kingdom, then that means that they think that this kingdom right now is okay. Whereas if you ask any men, they'll have multiple things that they can say that they don't like, besides what everyone thinks that men go to all the time about, oh, multiple wives. We don't want to see no alphabet community activists going around. We're tired of that. We're tired of all that alphabeting and rainbowing that's going on down here, man. We're tired of that. We're tired of having to second guess whether a woman that we walked past was actually a woman. We're tired of that. Like, that's not right, man. We're tired of our people getting shot down in the streets like dogs. We're tired of Israelite men wanting to fight you when you walk past them. But then when they see an actual real enemy of another nation, they'll move out of his way. We're tired of having to serve our enemy in the want of all things. We don't want to have to go into a food shop and they might be serving you rats. You know what I mean? We don't want to have to go to JD Sports if we want some footwear. We'd want to make our own clothes. You know what I mean? We don't want to have to pay our money out to heathens, man, and have to sit in an interview room across the room from some heathen that could be in gal's underwear, man. Right? Talking about how we work well in groups, but also can handle things on our own, and having to sit down and laugh and joke with Esau and with heathens on jobs. We don't want to have to do that. We want to own things. We want to tell people what to do. And women are saying that they don't know what they would want to do in the kingdom of heaven. They can't perceive the kingdom of heaven because men are going to have multiple wives. That means you think that this society is already good. That means you think that the relationships, according to this society, are better than what the relationships of what you've heard from brothers teaching are going to be like. You think that it would be better for you to be with a guy of this world that's going to die eventually than to be with an immortal man that's perfect in every way, but he's got multiple wives. You know what I mean? That's how much you women really don't like your man to be happy. Because if we're being real, the average woman eventually wants her man to not be around her to a certain degree anyway, man. So that they can go and gallivant and do whatever they want to do. Right? That's what they end up doing. That's what ends up happening. Or if they don't, she ends up getting on the man's damn nerves anyway. But in the kingdom of heaven, it's not going to be a thing like that, man. But arrogance is going to have to be purged out so that even that thought process is going to be taken out of these women's minds, man, to where they think that they can't understand how they could be happy in the kingdom of heaven. Because men can have multiple wives. So that means they can't think of nothing that they want to have to do. Right? They can't think of nothing that they can't do now that they want to do in the kingdom of heaven. They can't think of nothing, nah? You're steady worrying about what the man's going to be doing instead of thinking about what you can do. So you women want to go to work? Do you women want to go to work and be perved on by the people that you work with? Do you women want to keep going to work and having work husbands and all of this madness? Do you women want to go around and have to have a roster of 5 guys because you can't get all the things you want out of one man? Do you even want to go around and get bust down by this guy? Then you found out he's so-called cheating. Then you say it happens with the next geezer. Then it happens with the next geezer. Then it happens with the next geezer. Is that what you women want? Do you women want to have to go into a clothing store, right, and wear clothes that are not even the proper materials, man? You want that? Do you Israelite? Let's put this one out there. Do you Israelite women want to stay being bald-headed? Or do you want Yahweh to give you your hair length back? You can't think of nothing that you want to see in the kingdom of heaven that you can't do now. You're steady just worrying about multiple wives. And that's what I've always kind of, to a certain degree, known, man. That women really, they don't care about the kingdom of heaven, man. They don't care about the kingdom of heaven as much as they're supposed to, man. The men care because the men's lives are the lives that are the most affected by us not being under the kingdom of heaven, man. That's the people that thirst after the kingdom of heaven the most. It's the men. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so also shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before. In fact, you know what? I've read that verse already. I'm going to go to this, man. Because arrogance is going to need to be purged out so that people can really make way for the kingdom of heaven, man. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore all hands shall be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman in travail. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger. And then it's going to take that point happening, man, to where people are going to start being less proud, man. It's going to take wrath to be lifted upon the earth. For people to really think, you know what, man? We ain't right. We need help. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And then, man, then we're going to see, man, right? Verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Whereas right now in this world, which is mad to me, because men are still the ones that are running the show. But then at the same time, men have been put at the back burner. When I see a train station getting built up, I see men doing it. When I see a new store getting built from being rubble and on the ground to becoming a coffee shop or whatever it becomes, right? A clothing store, tower flats, apartments, right? Houses. It's always men doing it, right? When people take their car to the mechanic, it's always men doing that. Which, okay, every now and again there'll be one woman in there somewhere doing something, but it's mostly men doing it all the time, right? When you see people that are bringing the food into the stores, when you see the people that are working in DPD, Interlink, right, getting their spine bent, right, getting their lumbar spine destroyed, man, from lifting up heavy boxes to put them in the back of vans and all that. That's men doing that, right? That's been men doing that stuff. Even when it comes to the food, it's men doing all that heavy lifting a lot of the times, or the heavy items in the food stores. Okay, in certain of these companies, the women are doing things, but the heavy lifting is being done by men. The people that designed the procedures to where, okay, you people want to have their food delivered at home. Us men are going to design that. But it's going to take all of these things that have now been made being destroyed so that people can realize that the value of a man anyway. And in particular, men that believe in the Lord. Because all of those things not being there, or all of those things being there in general anyway, has caused for even men's pride to increase, man. To where they think that Yahweh don't even exist. And are talking up. And then they'll try and make it like they're righteous, and they'll have heard brothers read certain scriptures now, and the apostles read certain scriptures, and the elders read certain scriptures. So now when they want to start trying to talk up righteous, and every now and again, and they might want to be on a podcast and throw in a certain Bible verse, now they can go to that Bible verse and start talking about it, right? And make out as though they came up with that revelation on it, or they even had the knowledge of that scripture in the first place. They can make it like they came up with it themselves, man, when they didn't. And they know where they got the information from, but they're like, nah, I ain't trying to say it. I got it from these guys because I'm scared that if I say too much about this, then they're going to do me like how they did these other people. I ain't trying to get them to, they ain't going to do me like they did Kanye. They ain't gonna do me like how they did Kodak Black. They ain't gonna do me like how they did Kendrick Lamar. They ain't gonna do me like how they did Brandon T. Jackson. I ain't going out like that. You are going out like that because you're still not saying nothing anyway. And either way, there's a spiritual cost for it anyway, man. For anyone. No one's special in that regard, man. Let me get one more scripture, man. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1. The burden of Egypt, which is talking about Babylon the Great, man, America. You know that company? You know that, yeah, it is a company. In fact, I could stick with that word, but I'll say country. You know that country with the pyramid on its money? There's a reason why the pyramid's on there. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So when this world sees Yahweh Shai, man, they're going to be terrified because that time of people in America seeing Yahweh Shai is going to be so short. It's going to be such a fast moment, man. There's going to be so much stuff happening in a time from when America's hit with nuclear fire to where the elect of the nation of Israel that's within America is gathered, man. There's going to be so much stuff happening in that time. And plus, the elect of the nation of Israel are going to be gathered from everywhere else that they've been scattered as well. That's according to prophecy, right? But America's that country that's going to be destroyed off the whole face of the earth. So there's going to be so much quick salvation of the elect in America in that time. And that all the unbelievers in America are going to go through a whole bunch of emotions, man. A whole bunch of fears. They're going to first go from the fear of man. America's at war. This place is about to get nuked, man. What can we do? And they're going to come to the realization they can't do nothing, right? But then they're going to go through the emotion of seeing big chariots that are the size of mountains in the sky. Then they're going to come to the realization that God exists. Then they're going to come to the realization that the God of the Bible, right? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is the God that exists. It's not none of the gods of any of the other religions. It's the God of the Bible. And then in that time, they're going to start thinking about what Bible verses that means also were true. So they're going to know that, yes, Yahweh Shai did walk on water. Yes, he did multiply food, bread and loaves, fishes and loaves, man. He did die and was resurrected. And then they're going to start thinking about prophecies and things that they was told that they're going to happen. Yes, you are going to go into slavery. You are. And if you do die now, it doesn't matter. You're going to be reincarnated to be a slave. And they're going to start thinking about all the smack that they was talking and know that all the things that they said were heard, man. All those people in America that are not of the elect are some of the most wicked people on the earth, man, because they're going to get the darkest judgment from the day of the Lord that's going to happen, man. They're going to die in a lake of fire, which is America. From the view from space, if you could see what America's going to look like from space after it gets hit with nuclear fire, it's going to look like a lake of fire, man. And all the people that perish in that land are some of the most wicked people going. And that's why they're going to go through that, man. Which that is not to say that they ain't wicked people other places too. Because there definitely is. I've never been to America, but I've saw a whole bunch of wicked people in the UK. There's a whole bunch of them over here. No doubt about that. A whole bunch. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's the environment that Yahweh Shai is coming back to when you read 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, right? Yahweh Shai is coming back to the world at war already. And he's going to settle the score with all of them, man. All these people are already going to be fighting each other. They're going to be tired. I've already used up certain resources, right? And then at that moment when they've used some of their best work, right, destroying each other, they're gonna wish, damn, we would have needed those people. I wish we wouldn't have shot those nukes now, because we could have used some of that weaponry to try and fight this guy, to try and fight Yahweh Shai, to save us from the wrath of the Lamb and from him that sitteth upon the throne, man. They're gonna wish that they could. They're gonna wish. They're gonna wish, man. They're gonna be like, damn, we got rid of millions of our own Edomite nation. We could have been using them people now to try and fight against Yahweh Shai, man. I wish we would have never did that now, but it's gonna be too late. Yahweh made you do it. Verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, which even goes into what it says in Isaiah 47, man. If these spirits and all these evil things that you pray to can save you, try it then, man. Try it right now. Try and do a hand sign, a hand symbol. Try and get one of these rappers to put a weird words and all that, or to have a checkerboard on their album cover or whatever. Try something, man. See if it works. It's not gonna work. There's gonna come a time where all the madness that they was doing don't work no more, man. All the little subtleties of their footwork, the pitch of their voice, the way they talk slow, the way they'd never want their MPs and their presidents and all that, prime ministers would never answer a question straight, yes or no. There's gonna come a time where they ain't gonna have to say anything. All the answers are gonna already be shown, man. Does God exist? Oh, you don't believe so? Well, explain to me how these so-called black people that were your slaves are flying. Explain that to me. Oh, God don't exist, yeah? Okay, so how come we are immortals right now, and there's nothing you can do about it? Explain that to me. Oh, the Bible don't exist, it's not real. Well, then how comes that? You see that guy over there? That so-called black man over there? That's Abraham. You know the one that's mentioned in the Bible? Yeah, that's him. So he clearly does exist, right? He clearly exists. You see that other guy there standing next to him? That's King David. So the Bible is obviously real, because that man right there is King David. And you see the man that's taller than all these people are standing around? That's Yahweh Shai. So obviously the Bible is real. So what are you talking about? They ain't going to be able to say and scoff at the Bible no more. They're going to see the evidence, man. Verse 4, and the Egyptians will I give into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts. So a fierce lord is getting ready to be set over you heathens, man, and it's going to be fierce to you. These other nations, man, and I'm going to say this, and it might sound bugged out, man, but I got to say this, man. These other nations, right, when we're initially ruling over them, before they go into the phase of now they just keep the laws and all's forgiven with what they did to us and all that, right? And now if they sin against the Lord, then they get judged. When we first start ruling over these people, man, that first days and minutes and that weeks, they're going to think we're demons, man. It's going to seem to them like we are that cruel Lord, man. They're gonna view us as evil as hell, man. And I'm going to end the video there. Shalom to the elect, to the nation of Israel. Shalom.